Yeah, it's a spooky month, and that means spooky story. So I'm gonna be reading you a spooky story. Just sit down, relax, cause it's gonna be me speaking and you're gonna be listening. Alright, today's story is Shrek X Trump by Wage Wards. First and last chapter. One day, the comb-over-haired man walked into the nastiest yet most beautiful swamp he had ever seen. Who is this man, you ask? Well, he is the one and only Donald J. Trump, and right now, he was looking for the perfect place to build a wall. Suddenly, what seemed like an ogre came out of a porta potty. "What are you doing in my swamp?" growled the green ogre. Surprised, yet captivated by the luscious voice, Trump jumped back and found himself gazing into the big round eyes of this ogre. Trump fumbled for words as he continued to stare at him. "This is no time for fooling around. Come back to what I came for," Trump thought. "Hello, Mr. Handsome Ogre. I'm terribly sorry to inform you that I will be building my wall here, so you have to leave premises," Trump said. He tried to seem confident, but that perfectly sculpted body was making him weak to his knees. "First, the name's Shrek. Second, I don't care what you're doing, but unless you still have stuff to do in my life, I suggest you leave," Shrek growled again with that sexy voice of his. That was it. This was the moment Trump knew when he wanted this ogre, this Shrek, inside him. Trump said only 3 words after that. "I want you." That he jumped Shrek and started making out with him. Moaned Shrek. Though he was angry, this felt amazing, so he decided just to do it. Although there was one problem. He loves dominance. Shrek turned this orange man over and violated his mouth with his unusually big tongue, and Trump melted. Shrek, I want you to fuck the daylights out of me all day and fill me up with your ogre cum," Trump moaned out in a sexy voice. Shrek nearly came right there. He carried Trump. He knew his name because he pressed the president, obviously, into his home and threw him down. Right when Shrek was about to rip off all the clothes of the orange man, something or someone broke him out of the pleasure-induced trance. "What you doing, Shrek? And who's that guy with the comb over there?" Donkey said. Trump blushed fiercely and tried to fix his hair, but Shrek soothed him and said, "It's okay. I think you're beautiful." Trump was even more flustered. Now to get rid of the annoyance. "Donkey, what are you doing in my home? Get out!" Donkey being a donkey, he has just tilted his head and Shrek lost it. He took Donkey out of the door, opened the door, and slung him far away. All you could see him was just a sparkle in the sky. Shrek stomped his way back into the cabin and ripped off all his clothes off. Next was a beautiful man laying on his couch, shirt unbuttoned, hair combed over, but where he looked baldish and looking sexy as fuck. Shrek moaned at the sight and grew even harder. To his surprise, Trump pulled at him on the couch and pushed him on it. Shrek was baffled. What was he doing? As Trump started to bite his finger and trail his finger down his exposed torso, Shrek figured it out. "Striptease, aw yeah." "Just sit there and enjoy," Trump moaned. "I'm so horny." He started to slowly unbutton his pants and trailed down slowly over the bulge in his pants. "I really want you, Shrek." Shrek didn't know how long he would last and wanted Trump to hurry up, so he voiced it. "Donald J. Trump, if you don't hurry up, I will push you down right now and fuck the hell out of you." Not that bad of an offer. Trump took his clothes off. Finally, Shrek thought he went to grab the orange man, but before he could, Trump shook his finger and said, "No, no, no. I need to be prepared. Trust me, it'll be worth more." He sucked on his fingers and then turned around. He started playing with his hole, then pushed one in. Trump moaned, while he started to push his finger in and with that twitching hole. "Stop." I literally had to stop right here because I feel embarrassed and super right anytime people do this stuff. That's the author's note. He pushed a second in, and not long after a third. He had been pushing against his prostate and was now on knees moaning so loud, Shrek was pretty sure Donkey could hear, but he was starting to get frustrated. Sexually frustrated, that is. He creeped up on Trump and pulled his fingers out of that delicious hole. Shrek started stroking his Shrek started stroking his ogre cock, slicking it with pre-cum. Then he pushed in. Shrek, you're so big. Deeper, Trump said, moaning in a sexy voice. Shrek compiled. He started to thrust violently into that tight space, loving the feeling of ripples of muscle sliding against his cock. Trump, you're so goddamn tight. I'm about to come, Shrek groaned. Me too. Say my name, Donald. Shrek. Trump moaned and screamed as he came and felt Shrek's cum fill his insides. Shrek pulled out his trump and said that in a low, sexy voice of his. I hope you know, it's no ogre yet. Yeah, what am I doing? That's the end of the first part, and there's 2 more parts. And if you want more, then you better get this video to 15 likes, and I'll do a part 2, where I'll read the second part of this magnificent story. Yeah, right, I hope you enjoyed, cause, yeah, I'm gonna go wash my face after this, I guess this is goodbye.